What is going on, everybody? It's your boy John, and welcome back to Gearbox. So today we have a beautiful, beautiful Sunday lined up. Got some football on the TV, got a bowl of chili, cooked some pork butt yesterday. House is kind of a mess. We just got the house painted, blah, 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 blah. But it is a beautiful fall afternoon here in South Carolina. Now, what we've got for you today, to some will probably be a fairly boring video. If that is you, just leave. No need to stay around. But if you are by chance wondering how to replace your cabin air filter in your Mk5 Supra, you've come to the right place. Now, typically, cabin air filters, number one, are probably something that most people just brush over and never really deal with. I have a wife who has allergies to everything, so I like to take it pretty serious. And honestly, I can tell the difference when I put a new filter in. Just typical maintenance type stuff. Nothing too terribly difficult, although this filter is a tad more involved than most. So either way, wanted to give you guys a little tutorial video this afternoon. So without further ado, let's get into the garage, climb into the Supra, and show you how to get it done. Oh yeah, also, before we go outside, if I look red as shit, I was just outside doing a bunch of yard work, so forgive me. Yes, I am red. No, I'm not about to like croak or anything. Just wanted to point it out. Figured you guys in the comments would probably make a comment about it, but neither here nor there, so let's get to it. So really the main thing that we need for this install is, of course, the filter, but also a T20 bit. That's really where the complexity comes in. Usually, most of these air filters, you just kind of pop them in, pop them out. But we have to take apart some trim and whatnot, and you need the T20 to actually release said filter. So that's what it is. Also, let's go ahead and welcome my wife's 2025 4Runner TRD Off-Road. I think it is sick. I will definitely make a video on this, not today, but want to show you guys that. She used to drive a 4 Series BMW. We now have 2 dogs. Couldn't really logistically fit the 2 dogs in the back of the coupe, so wanted to get her basically dogmobile, and it's sick. So anyway, let's go in here, wherever the hell my Torx bits are. Somewhere, I don't know. I'll put you down. We'll then climb into the passenger seat and get rolling. All right, this is gonna be a weird angle, but it is necessary. So for starters, there are going to be 2 little tabby things right about here, right here. I'll let that focus in on it for a second. Where is it? All right. So you're gonna take this tab, twist it 90 degrees to the, lefty-loosey, righty-tighty. There will be another one on this side as well. So 2 tabs right here, twist them 90 degrees to get started. Now, once you have those 2 tabs twisted, this thing should pop right out. Turns out we're gonna need a little more convincing maybe than originally anticipated. But we'll pull this down and then we should have access to the air filter itself. All right, now that we have that panel off, you can see from this direction here, I'm gonna flip you around. You're gonna start off by seeing these 2 little, I would assume are like inlet things. Right behind that is going to be the air filter, and that is where the Torx bolts are. So what we're going to do is, of course, remove those bolts. We're also going to pull off this white hose, if you can see that right there. You can use pliers. I've heard that just using your fingers works just fine as well. But either way, once we have those removed, we'll then be able to take the air filter out, put a new one in, and button everything back up. All right, so we got the T20s out, not too terribly bad. What I would suggest though is if you have it, use this little flexible bit. I guess, outside one is pretty easy, but that inside one is tucked in there right up against some trim, and it was just hard to get to. But regardless, obviously now we have the filter out. I did not intend for that to happen, but what you'll do, so this is where that hose connects right here. Once you have the screws out and the hose disconnected, you're basically just gonna pull inward on these outside tabs. There's one on either side, and literally it just fell out. So now that we have this filter out, let's grab the new one. We'll compare the two and we'll reinstall everything and should be good to go. So now that we are out with the old and in with the new, let's take a look. Pretty crazy, honestly. Of course, we have old and we have new. Might not seem like that big of a difference, but that's a dirty filter. So glad we did this. Either way, like I said, we're gonna do all the shit in reverse, not difficult whatsoever. But let's get it buttoned up. We'll, I guess, wrap up with any final thoughts and you can get on your merry way. All right, guys, that is going to do it for the install. All in all, really not difficult. It's really just a matter of awkward angles, which of course is a theme across all platforms. I also do myself a disservice by being a fat kid working on tiny Japanese cars, but that is neither here nor there. Super simple, super easy. Go do it yourself, guys. It's a very small, minute, like maintenance item, but it's gonna make a world of difference either way. Everyone should just breathe clean air. I feel like there's not much more that needs to be said, but to each their own. But anyway, guys, if you have any questions on this install, drop them in the comment section down below. If you like this video and it helped you, please give it a big fat thumbs up. And as always, guys, hit subscribe, hit the notification bell. You know the drill. Until next time, peace.